Cuomo, breaking news. Cuomo has fled the New York City mainland following its fall to socialist Zohran Mamdani. Sources say he will establish a new government on Staten Island with the goal of eventually reclaiming the entire city. Mamdani has promised to purge all remaining Kuomintang on the mainland. Yo! Kuomintang. Okay. Kuomintang. Are you serious? Your time is coming. Kuomintang, your time is coming. Counter-revolutionary behavior will not be allowed. Do you understand me? Get to the pit. Get to the pit! Okay. Can you explain who Dasha and Anna are for people in the chat who have a job? They're just fucking right-wing podcasters that are really fucking annoying. Everybody in the... They used to be a part of the New York, Brooklyn podcast ecosystem, and then they just became like incredibly fucking annoying right-wingers. And that's it. That's basically what it is. That's all it is. They're just, Peter Thiel associates, basically. And everybody hates them. Yeah, Dasha initially was a Sailor Moon socialist girl. The new Pope of the Dime Square. Yeah. Noah Colwyn, I'm one of the 209, the proud, the few, the woke, Lower East Side. You need to be careful making these jokes. You know there's a spotlight on you, right? Weren't you telling us to soften rhetoric yesterday? Now you're doing the worst optics of all time. Brother, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm obviously joking. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to joke. Okay, when I say I'm going to perform the Hajj to go to New York, the new Islamic Caliphate, that's not me being serious. I'm not doing serious political commentary. Here, let me explain it to every single person who is so fucking neurodivergent that they just like have no comprehension of the concept of humor and jokes and laughter, as I did earlier on the internet, as a matter of fact, because I saw this thing. I saw a bunch of people cynically doing the classic thing where it's like, jokes, no thanks. Not for me. These jokes are scary. That was No Opinion, as a matter of fact, who was doing that. Noah Smith. He said, these people seem bad because Sean McCarthy said, tonight we celebrate. Tomorrow we get the list from Zohran and the roundup begins. And then Muhammad said, the last 24 hours will be an inflection point in the history of Zionism and the entity. And Noah said, Intifada globalized. He responded to that with, these people seem bad. Choosing to shit and piss your pants over people clearly joking about the fabricated racist hysteria around Islamic-style anti-Semitic violence that simply failed to win last night's primary. Suck my dick, okay? You should be, it's okay. You should be able to make jokes about this kind of thing. This in and of itself is directly tackling the idiotic way in which these people whip themselves up into a fucking hysterical position that doesn't exist in the real world. Okay? Calm the fuck down. That's it. Trump speaks on Zohran. It's finally happened. The Democrats have crossed the line. Zohran Mamdani, a 100% communist lunatic, has just won the Dem primary and is on his way to becoming mayor. We've had radical lefties before, but this is getting a little ridiculous. He looks terrible. His voice is grating. He's not very smart. He's got AOC +3 dummies all backing him. And even our great Palestinian senator, crying Chuck Schumer, is growling over him. Yes, this is a big moment in the history of our country. Oh, he's jealous. Oh, he hates it. Oh, he hates it. Oh, he knows. Trump is obviously a zesty queen with a penchant for the arts, okay? He knows someone who's good on television when he sees them, okay? This right here, he's like, oh, New York is finally lost. I hate it. Yeah, he keeps calling Chuck Schumer crying Chuck and Palestinian. Another one, there's more. I have an idea for the Democrats to bring them back into play after years of being left out in the cold, including suffering one of the greatest losses in history. The 2024 presidential election, the Democrats should nominate low IQ candidate Jasmine Crockett for president, and AOC plus 3 should be respectively vice president and 3 high-level members of the cabinet, added together with our future communist mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, and our country is really screwed. Anyway, once again, guy who positively despises your cause, giving you good advice on your cause on what to do. Maybe we shouldn't listen to this. You know what I mean? Just fucking win elections, dude. That's it. That's all you got to do. Eli Valley. The Israeli consulate has begun airlifting New Yorkers to Ramat Gan. Line forms on 44th and 2nd Avenue. Helicopters leave every 30 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's funny about all of this, of course, for those of you who are just tuning in, obviously I jumped the gun a little bit and immediately started the celebrations rather than telling you what took place. But a couple months ago, you guys recall, I went and I talked to this brown Muslim socialist guy who was my age, 33 years old. His name is Zohran Mamdani, okay? New York State Assemblyman, coming out of nowhere, right? He had great ground game, great charisma. And at the time, I think he was around 10% to like 16% polling in second place. And he had a lot of promise. Most importantly, because he had a tremendous amount of momentum backing him and a real people-powered movement and some fantastic ideas. Modest social democratic expansions of the safety nets, modest social democratic reforms. But overall, it was great. Very progressive, unafraid of calling himself a socialist, and also unafraid of saying that Israel was an apartheid state doing a genocide. He had been an activist for quite a while, as a matter of fact, always on the right side of history. And last night, the tremendous efforts of thousands of New Yorkers and even a larger number of people who were calling in and phone banking from all around the country, it amounted to the former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, who was the establishment favorite with $30 million dumped into the fucking primaries, mostly in attack ads against Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani was able to defeat former governor of New York, sex pest, cop rapist, Andrew Cuomo. Cop rapist, grandpa killer, Andrew Cuomo. That's right. And the Cuomo name in New York is a dynastic name. For those of you who don't know, Andrew Cuomo had tremendous name recognition. He immediately seized upon the Democratic Party machine politics in New York. He designed the New York State Democratic Party machine to his own desires, and yet none of that worked. Okay? It all failed. In spite of the fact that they dumped $30 million in ads to a dynastic name in New York politics with a sea of institutional Democrat endorsements that came in the aftermath, instead of the fact that the New York Times intervened and after claiming that they would not intervene in local elections, came out and did an anti-endorsement of Zohran Mamdani after the last week of endless fucking pro-Israel groups attacking Zohran Mamdani, calling him cynically an anti-Semite over and over again, demanding that everybody reveal, how quickly they would go to the big, beautiful state of Israel, even though that had nothing to do with becoming the mayor of New York, with a tremendous amount of racism and Islamophobia, Zohran Mamdani was able to destroy this major hurdle in the closed Democratic Party primaries in New York. Now, the reason why it's a closed Democratic primary and what that factors into this analysis is, or how this factors into this analysis, is that given that it was a closed Democratic Party primary, Andrew Cuomo should have clobbered. And he thought he would actually clobber this lesser known, young, dynamic, charismatic politician, right? They pulled out all the stops at the last second, okay, and they got destroyed. Why do you support terrorism? Then when someone calls you out, you throw fit like a child. Learn how to write, and then we can have this conversation again. Try it again. You throw a fit like a child. Anyway, Cuomo has name recognition, put almost 30 million. Adrian Adams outperformed Zohran in Williamsburg, by the way. Wait, what?